Thought you thought, but I wasn't born yesterday. All I do is ball, you goofies underestimate. Heavyweight bag, step on your weight class. I done moved across states, blood I can't cap. Strap with it on my pivot, clocking digits. Rock hard and I ain't even in the kitchen. I'm on a mission to move soft, make a thing flip like a moonsault. Keep a switch for everybody through salt. Face froze, somebody check dude pulse. Is you stepping or stepped on? Wake the game up, make them regret I was slept on. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the great poop on. I'm getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true Bogart, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's all business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah, it just hit different. You find my story is all non-fiction. I put my fan before me and I gotta mention. I keep an air fan, tone mob, a henchman. For you squares, option for opposition. And you ops that get popped trying to stop my ascension. Talking generational, you got my attention. Underworld motivational, you feel the sensation. Trying to see how I look, get booked, I'll take it. I was just a crook, all it took was some patience. Now my phone off the hook, I got hella deals waiting. You ain't really made it unless you got somebody hating. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the gray poop on. Getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true Bogart, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's all business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah.
Made it, y'all. Guru Nation. Oh, no, he didn't. We got to mute this one. We all over the place, y'all. My apologies. Now we're good. What up, y'all? Live TV people. We were scrambling, getting this thing together, but finally got it, y'all. Appreciate y'all for sticking with us, man. Guru Nation Powwow, y'all. Live. We live and lit. Trying to balance all this, but yeah, we got it, y'all. We're alive and just need one more thing. Get this background going. I thought I would have saved, but it didn't. Let's get it here. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Nope, wrong one. That's the wrong one, y'all. So just goes to show this is all live, and we're just going on the run. As Bogey says, the band on the run. We just rocking and rolling, but we still getting it, y'all. Powwow is finally launched into space. My apologies for the stalled start there. We got to hear the GW and intro, though. Always love hearing that from our guy Bogart Scott Free. So y'all got a little taste of that, which y'all can hear every Tuesday and Friday on Wake Your Game Up. That's the intro thing for Wake Your Game Up every Tuesday and Friday. So yeah, let's get this Power Hour launch, y'all. Appreciate everyone up in the chat. We got Lee, our ear to the streets. What up, Lee? Always giving us the breaking news. We got Derek. Salute, Derek. Appreciate you pulling up as always. Yes, sir. Jay Smells has a trade question for us. What up, Jay? We'll get to that in just a sec. And JD, what up, Guccini? JD, my brother. What up, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. So, yeah, we're ready to go. We got past that rocky launch. I figured it'd be a rocky launch. I didn't time dinner properly like I should have. Ended up cooking way too close to showtime, but got the food in me, and now we are ready to go. So, yeah, let's get into this. Our first topic of the day, the fantasy football stock report. So, I got the names here for y'all. We're going to go over that, then go over the waiver wire pickups, and then Saints panic meter, y'all. How y'all feeling about the Saints? So, I see Jay that. We'll get to you, bro. We'll get to you. So, let's crack open a cold one, kick back. Got some Stella Artois tonight. Yes, sir. Damn, that's some good beer. I'm glad I paid a little more for that. I always get the cheap stuff, but shout out Stella, baby. Some good stuff. All right, so let's get right into it here. Let's get this trade question knocked out. If y'all have any other trade questions, waiver wire questions, drop them in the chat. So we'll get to this one here first. Should I trade Metcalf for James Conner and Mooney Tunes? Darnell Mooney. It depends, bro. If you need running back help, I'd highly consider it. I think Metcalf, though, heads up, is better than Conner. They're not too far off, though, and you're getting Mooney to boot. That sounds like a pretty good deal. So unless you're really stacked at running back and don't really need Conner, I would you do need running back. Well, then, yeah, I'd take that, bro, because, I mean, Metcalf, I mean, downgrading from Metcalf to Mooney might hurt a little bit, but you're getting James Conner, and if you need running back help, and hell yeah, bro. Let's see what you got here. Rashad White, Brees, Stroud, J Love, Deontay, Neighbors, Thomas, McBride, Pitts, Chase Brown, Brooks, Dell, Pollard. Okay, yeah, you're pretty good at RB. Deontay, Malik, Thomas. Oh, yeah, and Metcalf. Okay. Okay, so you'd have Neighbors, Thomas, Metcalf. All right. But you could trade Metcalf for Conner and Dell. I'd probably still take it, honestly. With the way running backs get so injured, man. I mean, Rashad White's not an RB1 with Bucky Irving. Now, Breece Hall should be an RB1 the rest of the way. I actually got him in the buy low, sell high segment, but I mean, with the Jets in turmoil, I don't know. So I think you could definitely use a piece like James Conner, plus Metcalf with Lockett and JSN over there. I don't think it's a sure thing that he ends up at WR1. I think he's a safe 2, though. But, I mean, Mooney, I think, could be a solid flex moving forward the way he's been performing. So I'm going to go with Darnell Mooney Tunes and Conner in this deal. I think that's a good deal for you, brother. So, yeah, I would go ahead and take it. I wouldn't say it's a smash accept, but it's a good deal. I'd say it favors you. And, you know, if you can get deals in your favor, then I go ahead and do them, even though I get why you'd be a little reserved to want to move DK Metcalf. Move Aaron Jones for Thomas and Bigsby. Wow, you're getting Thomas and Bigsby? Man, I might do that. Shout out to Roshan here. That sounds like a pretty good deal. I mean, Tank Bigsby's trending up. I mean, I normally wouldn't want to trade for Thomas and Bigsby. This guy's probably a savvy fantasy player there that's wanting to move them and then take the chance on Aaron Jones. So I would, oh man, that's tough, man. Honestly, I don't really trust the Jags like that. So I'd probably hold Aaron Jones, Roshan. It's very tempting to want to take that trade, but I just don't think we've seen quite enough from Jacksonville. I know they had the good week last week, but overall they have not been good. So I would say hold tight with Aaron Jones because the Vikings offense has been a lot better than Jacksonville this year. And what up, Albert? Appreciate Albert always tuning in here on the Power Hour. So, yeah, let's get to it, y'all. To the stock report. If I have any other trade questions, I'll be sure to get to them. But let's do this stock report here if I can remember where everything's at. My gosh, I am having a rough night as a producer. Let me see if I can. Here it is. All right, QB stocks, y'all. We'll start off with the quarterback position. And my buy low this week at quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. After seeing last night's performance against my Saints, he was slicing and dicing. He diced us up. Didn't have any touchdowns, though. So overall in the season, Patrick Mahomes has not been a very productive fantasy QB. I believe on the season, he's like QB like 12 or something. He's not even 16, QB 16 on the season. He is very low considering we drafted him to be a lot better than that. Who is someone else that, Jalen Hurts been kind of disappointing too, although he just had his bye week. He's averaging more points than Mahomes. So on average points, man, Mahomes is really slacking. Like guys like freaking Daniel Jones has more, Brock Purdy, Derek Carr, Jared Goff, Kirko Chains, Justin Fields, Geno, Darnold. I mean, it's been a brutal start for Mahomes in fantasy, but I think this is a good time to buy low on the baby goat. I think he'll start getting those touchdowns. He showed that he could still sling it without Rashee Rice, had something going there with Juju. Kelsey looks a little revitalized. The running game looks back with Kareem Hunt. So I don't see the Chiefs offense falling off even without Rashee and Pacheco. So I think Mahomes makes for a great buy low right now. I feel like there's a lot of people saying like, Mahomes, he's trash for fantasy now. But I'm like, bruh, he's still Patrick freaking Mahomes. He's still in the prime of his career. So to me, this is a great buy opportunity if you don't have Mahomes and are looking to upgrade your QB situation. And in my sell high, y'all probably aren't going to like this take, but Jaden Daniels, man, I think this is the perfect time to sell Jaden Daniels because he's about to face the Ravens, y'all. And I tell you what, I think the Ravens might humble the kid. I love Jaden Daniels. I believe that he's a very talented QB, one of the best dynasty QBs out there for sure. But in redraft, man, like he's still a rookie. Like for redraft purposes, we have to realize that he's still just a rookie and that he's probably going to have some rough patches throughout the year because of that. I mean, because he's just not experienced as he's barely played in the NFL game. So I think it's a good time to sell him. He's been very good, so don't sell him low for sure. Get good value. But I mean, he's been so good to where a lot of people are going crazy for the kid Jaden. So I think it's a good time to sell high on him. Maybe get like a more proven veteran QB. I mean, like I see some people are just going really crazy and like dropping guys like Dak and stuff. I mean, if you get like Josh Allen's another one that's been a little bit in the funk, and it's like if you could get like a him or a Mahomes or a Hurts at a cheaper price, and then you're able to include Jaden Daniels in that deal, and I mean, I'd upgrade to a more proven QB. But some people might view it as they're upgrading to Jaden, and then in that case, you might be able to get a really good haul. What up, Jason? Before we move on to running backs, let's answer Jason's trade question. Will you trade Stevenson and one of these wide receivers? Cooper, Sutton, Waddle for Brees. Yeah, I would. Or Wandale, my bad. Not Waddle, Wandale. Stevenson and I would say Sutton out of those. Like I'd keep riding out with Cooper because I think eventually Jameis Winston ends up the QB over there. Like Deshaun Watson, freaking garbage. Like I'm gonna have to make an in my humble opinion thing about that. I didn't even think about that going into the show, but that's gonna be a good in my humble opinion. So I would say Sutton I would include in this. I would with Stevenson, and you could package that up for Brees. I'd do that. Brees is one of my buy lows. Perfect segue. Let's move on to running backs. Brees Hall and Bijan are my buy lows at running back because they have not returned top 5 value, but I still think they can. So I feel like this is a good time to trade for them. Derek saying he can't trade JD5, the GOAT. I can't do it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, that's why it's like, but if someone offers you like a bunch of shit for him, like if someone offers you like Mahomes, Marvin Harrison, and a bunch of Trey McBride, like, would you not take that? I mean, I would. So Boston Rebels, what up, Boston. Appreciate you tuning in. Oh, yeah, the trade question here. Yeah, I would do it, bro. I would do it. Stevenson, and then I'd pick Sutton because I think Wandale's pretty legit. And then Cooper, I think, will bounce back. Hopefully they just bench stupid Watson, but I don't know. That's a mess. Them and the Jets, those are probably the two messiest locker rooms in the NFL right now. And it's not a surprise. I mean, those teams consistently have issues, and it probably starts from the top down. The ownership there is probably not the best, and then it trickles down. So kind of like with Carolina too. Ownership matters, man. I mean, you can hire all the right people, but if you're the owner and you're just making dumb decisions, like with the Jets firing the coach 5 games in, or the Browns giving a quarterback with freaking 20-something allegations against him a fully guaranteed deal, it's like, the results probably aren't going to be pretty. Got a quick one from Boston. Garrett Wilson and Debo for Neighbors and Zay. Oh, man, I wouldn't mess with that, bro. That's like a lateral move. I mean, Neighbors, I would say, though, would probably be an upgrade over Wilson, but in a dynasty, yes. I would definitely do this in a dynasty, 100%, but I'm guessing this is a redraft, and I don't know, Debo in a redraft is nasty. Like, the 49ers, they've been leaning on Debo, like, still. He's still very much a key piece there, but Zay also gets leaned on. Man, I tell you what, maybe y'all could. I like this deal somewhat. I just don't know if I could pull the trigger on it, especially with Neighbors with the concussion. Like, if it wasn't for Neighbors with the concussion, I'd probably just say do it. But considering he's now had the concussion, like, you never know if another one might come up. Let's hope not. But I would probably steer clear of this, but it's very tempting. If they throw in like a third piece, maybe like a depth piece or something, then I'd take it. What up, Tino? Appreciate you rocking with us again, Brody. Tino always up in here, one of our loyal Guru Nation / Gen Wealth Net members. And yeah, y'all make sure to go to subscribe to both channels. We're live on the Guru Nation, Spencer the Guru channel, and the Gen Wealth Net. So appreciate everyone that's tuned in on both sides. And we also go live during the week on the Heart to Start channel. Shout out to JD, and the Neon Peacock channel. Shout out to Miles Peacock. NeonPeacockMerch.com. Head on over there for all your fantasy football themed merch and artwork of his that he puts on shirts. He's got all kind of stuff. So y'all go check that out. We'll run the ad for him at the halfway point of the show. So yeah, we'll do that in a bit. But let's finish this stock report here. Oh yeah, the sell high running backs. This is another one y'all aren't gonna like, but we got to make these business decisions, man. Derek Henry, the king, y'all. I mean, to me, he's doing so well to where I would try to sell him right now because someone might give you a huge package for him. Pause. It's a big pause, my boy, as JD likes to say. But it's like, I feel like you got to do this. Like, if you have King Henry, you got to, I'm not saying necessarily trade him, but you got to shop him around at this point because he is balling to the point of ridiculous. We had said for the season, well, not me really, it's mainly JD and Bogey were saying he's going to hit for a 20 touchdowns on the season, and he's pacing for over that on the season. So to me, it's a good time to look in the trades. And I mean, it's the stock market, man. We gotta try to keep our hearts out of it. I know it's tough to move players like that are fun to watch, I mean, I love watching the King Henry run. So yeah, I definitely don't really want to trade him. Yeah, I know I'm a buzzkill. I'm sorry. But just from an analytics perspective, like, this is a good time to move him. But here's one. I'll go to the next one. He's one that's not as exciting as far as he's just a guy that's kind of someone that's just been chugging along for fantasy. But I think his little run might be coming to an end soon, and that's Chuba Hubbard. He's been killing it, man, even though the Panthers suck. Like, Chuba Hubbard, dude, cheers to Chuba, man. I got him in 2 leagues, man, and both those leagues I kicked ass this past week, and he was a reason why, man. Like, having him in that RB2 spot, freaking, like, set it and forget it these past few weeks. He's been killing it. The thing is, though, the rook, Jonathan Brooks, set to come back, and right? Yeah, he's on the freaking Panthers. He's not really he's not like a flashy game breaker like King Henry, but you know, for someone that really needs a quick fix at running back, like I think he's someone that is a good, you know, sell high right now, because when Brooks does come back, his role's going to get reduced. I mean, he might still start, but this is, it's a pretty obvious one to where, like, I mean, you're probably not going to get top dollar for him. Like, I mean, he's not going to be someone that you're going to be able to flip for like a Malik Neighbors or some stud. Like, I mean, even though he's been putting up studly numbers, like you got to accept that no one's going to probably pay that price, but you could probably get something pretty good in return for him. I think I'm in the matrix, y'all. Let me let this pass. Let's run Peacock's shop ad, because I'm in the matrix, y'all. I probably can't even hear me right now. So let me run this. Let me run this ad for Peacock Shop, and we'll finish explaining the Chuba take, and then I'll go on the receiver. So let me take this quick break here, and we'll be right back on the Guru Nation Power Hour. 1 second, y'all. Yes, sir. Shout out to the Neon Peacock. Go ahead on over there whenever you get a chance. NeonPeacockMerch.com. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see. We got some in the chat here. Jaybird. What up, Jaybird? Who are some guys you trade to get Brees? This one that they showed was a pretty good sample. You know, this trade here. Excuse me. Where's that one that they did? Man, we got a lot of comments. Y'all, appreciate everyone for keeping it lit in this thing. This show is kind of last minute, but we're doing it here. We normally run this thing on Monday, but we're doing a Tuesday nighter because I got tied up last night with the Saints. But yeah, no, that wasn't it. Damn, my bad, y'all. I'm all tripping here. There we go. This was the deal. Stevenson and then like one of either like Cooper, Sutton, or Wandale. Like if you could do that for Brees, that's the kind of thing to do, like a 2-for-1. Like that's a good one, man. Or maybe Chuba and Olave for a wide receiver upgrade. Yeah, bro, with the Saints QB situation, Olave, I wouldn't be opposed to selling Olave. Same with Rashid Shaheed. So Javonte Williams is sell high. Yeah, I could see that, Tino. You know, the thing is, like, the Broncos have been a lot better lately. Like, Sean Payton kind of proving me wrong. I had said they were going to be really bad before the season started, but so far they've been pretty damn good to where, like, I mean, Javonte is not great, but, I mean, he's fairly talented to where I don't know if I'd necessarily sell him, but, I mean, I could see it because they do tend to run a committee backfield over there. Here is one in Dynasty. Sell MHJ now for Neighbors while you still can. You can do it based off Marv's dad's name. Okay, you want to flip Marv for Neighbors in the Gen Wealth? I got Marv in there and you got Neighbors, bro. Let's swap. But yeah, I get your point, though. I mean, Neighbors really looking good. I don't know, man. Like Marv Jr., I know he's had a rocky start this rookie season, but I'd still ride it out with him, man. That kid's so freaking talented. I mean, Neighbors is too, obviously, and he's looked a little better so far. But I mean, they're only 5 games into their careers, man. So I'm gonna still lean Marv, man. I'm standing on business. I'm keeping Marv Jr., man. He is his father's son. Damn it. Yep. And Lee saying Broncos a donkey's ass. I mean, I wish I could say that, but I mean, through 5 games, I mean, they showed they're a physical football team. I mean, they play defense and run the football. I mean, you can't, I can't say they're donkey's ass. I mean, they're not going anywhere as far as like in the playoffs. I mean, if they sneak in the playoffs, I mean, they're going to be a one and done. They don't have enough firepower on offense. I mean, Bo Nix can't push the ball down the field. So, I mean, they're not a Super Bowl contender, but they're a scrappy team. So, and yeah, he will be scary if he can get him a good QB. Although, I mean, Kyler, a lot of times not the best at getting the ball out to his weapons. So it would be nice if they had better situations. But when you get picked high in the draft, you usually don't end up in the best situation. So just comes with the territory. Let's see. Am I caught up here with everything? Yeah. 10-team PPR. What up, Derek Jackson? What up, man? 10-team PPR, full trade, 2-3 record, 8 seed at the moment. Top 6 make the playoffs. I have Jettas getting Bijan, Debo, ETN, AR-15, Amari Cooper. Man, it's a big trade they're giving. AJ Brown, Puka, Ramondre, and Zach Moss. Okay, I could see that. That sounds like a pretty good trade. Guessing it's a single QB. I mean, AR-15 at this point is kind of in a single QB. Not really that, not really worth investing in at this point, I'd say. Amari Cooper for Moss, about a lateral move. Might give Cooper a slight edge with Moss being banged up. Rahamador, I'd say definitely more valuable than Richardson. ETN at this point, probably a little more valuable than Puka. But Bijan, you're getting Bijan, Debo. Okay, you're getting 5 for 4. Okay. The AR-15 is kind of like a cherry on top. I see. Okay, I mean Puka, we don't know. I mean AJ Brown got the hammy. That's pretty good, man. That's a lot, but and you have Jettas. Okay, honestly, that might be worth pulling the trigger on because you're buying low on Bijan and ETN. You're getting Debo and Cooper. Yeah, that's a good trade, bro. I'd do it. I know it's kind of risky to do trades like that, but if you feel like you're getting the slight edge, I mean, it's probably worth doing it. So I would take that. 1-4 record for Boston. JD5, Gibbs, Connor, Amon-Ra, Garrett, Fergie, Debo, bench. Dunze, Chase Brown, Braylon Allen, Kraft, Trey Sermon. Do I move anyone? Tucker Kraft's one I think you could move. I got him on the list. JD5, yeah, I had him on the as a sell high. So, yeah, I would say those two would be the two that I would look to move out of that group. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of Knicks, but we'll see. How much fab do you put down for Ray McLeod? If you need like 5%, like 25. If you yeah, but if you have a $200 budget, I could see putting like 15, 20, maybe 25 if you really like him. But I mean, they got Mooney, Drizzy, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts over there. So I just don't think it would really be worth putting much on him. Already went through 4-team trade. Oh, okay. Oh gosh, okay. That's kind of complex, but I'm glad you got it done, bro. It sounds like when all the guys you got, I'd say were slightly better than what you gave up. And I mean, that's what you got to try to do in these deals. Try to get slight advantages because I mean, most of us play with sharp players where you're not going to be able to just get some crazy ass trade falling in your lap. You're going to have to try to chip away, negotiate with people, and yeah, you're going to have to negotiate and you're going to have to settle for deals that aren't going to be like the best for you, but they're going to be enough of an advantage to where they're still worth taking. So that's how I felt about that trade. And he's got more teams here. Wait, that's the same team, bro. Yeah, JD5 and Kraft, I would look to move, bro. JD5 and Kraft. Drop Leggett for, I'm guessing that's Daniel Jones. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you need a QB, yeah. I mean, Danny Dimes, who did they get? The Bengals. Yeah, they've been giving it up through the air. So, Yeah, I think Danny Dimes a decent streamer this week. So, all right, receivers, buy low. I'd say Cooper Kupp's a really good buy low right now. Rams are on buy this week, so not many people are probably gonna be looking to buy Cooper Kupp this week. I'd get ahead of the curve, try to get him this week on your roster, because then next week there's gonna be people sending that owner offers for Kupp since he'll be just getting back. So don't be that last minute guy. Go ahead and get ahead of the curve. I would shoot out offers for Kupp this week if any receiver help. Sounds like his injury isn't as bad as Puka's, like to where Puka's might linger for a while. So I'm definitely not buying a Puka just yet. But a Kupp, they said Kupp should be back week 7 and just have to hope he can stay on the field. But I mean, when he's on the field, he's amazing, as we saw in week 1. So I'd take a chance and buy low on Kupp. And then also George Pickens. I wasn't big on Pickens this offseason. And it's exactly why, because he's kind of volatile. But now that he's down, this is the time to buy. So I think it's a good time to strike with George Pickens. Another unpopular sell high, Brian Thomas. I know y'all are Brian Thomas, Derek Henry, Jaden Daniels, very flashy, talented, fun players to watch. But I mean, that's the thing, is a lot of people value them a little too high because of that, to where, I mean, a guy like Brian Thomas, I think has just been a little too big play dependent for my taste, to where I would look to shop him around. I got him in multiple places. So if y'all want Brian Thomas, I got him in a few leagues. So hit me up. I'm not selling him low, but I mean, I am willing to sell him. So, because the Jags offense, I don't really trust it, but I know some of y'all feel differently, feel like he's going to be the number 1 over there. So maybe y'all prove me wrong and get him off me for too cheap, but I don't know. I just think it's a good time to sell. Same with Rashid Shaheed. I mean, these guys that depend on the big play like that. I mean, unless you're Tyreek Hill, it's like, can you really trust it? And even look at Tyreek Hill this year. Now his QB's hurt. So, I mean, now that Derek Carr's out for the Saints, I'm not sure how trustworthy Rashid Shaheed's going to be moving forward. So, I would look to sell him. People see the numbers and be like, oh, he's great. Kind of like Chuba Hubbard. So, I try to ship him off if you can. Cool MC Song, what up, bro? Appreciate you rocking, man. Any trade questions, waiver questions, drop them in. And our last stock report here, tight ends, a tight end position, y'all. Dalton Kincaid. Be patient with Kincaid, but if you can find an owner of his that is not patient, is a good time to buy low. I think Kincaid's going to get more involved as the year goes on. I know it's been frustrating. I know there's rumors that Bills might trade for Devontae Adams and stuff, but hey, I still think Kincaid rolls steady. He's been getting a decent amount of targets, just hadn't done a whole lot with them. So I think moving forward, he'll get better. We just got to be patient. He's still a young player. So buy low while his numbers aren't really popping. And then I would sell high on Tucker Kraft. He's the latest flavor of the week at the tight end position. We all know how fickle the tight end position is. And I mean, Tucker Kraft could be good, but I mean, can you really trust a tight end that's not named Kelsey Kittle or really, that's it. I mean, maybe who else am I forgetting? I mean, Andrews, you can't say that about anymore. Brock Bowers. I mean, Brock Bowers has been really good. So, yeah, Tucker Kraft's a good sell high. Maybe Laporta. Laporta's another potential buy low. I feel like people are kind of giving up on Laporta. So, yeah, but Tucker Kraft, a good sell high, as well as Kyle Pitts if you got him. Kyle Pitts had a big game. Don't see that continuing. And y'all know how I feel about Kyle Pitts. So, yeah, but Tucker Kraft to me is a very good sell high. He's like the flavor of the week. People are going to be like, oh, my God, Tucker Kraft. So, yeah, I would try to sell him if you can. Purdy or JD5. Oh, JD5. I mean, I had him as a sell high, but, I mean, I'd take him over Purdy. He's got way more upside. Purdy ain't bad. I mean, he's like a low-end QB1, but at this point, JD5, even if you don't think he's a high-end QB1, I think he's at minimum a low-end QB1. So, give me the kid Jaden Daniels. All right, week 6 waiver wire. Shout out to Ear to the Streets. He put a list together earlier this morning. Let me read it to y'all. I didn't even really have time to do a waivers list tonight. My apologies. I'm going to have to do my final sweep here before the night ends. Make sure I didn't really have much on any of my waiver wires. I mean, I'm mainly in deeper leagues, so I just didn't really have much. So, all right, QBs, y'all. Well, Drake May was named the starter for the Patriots, so we'll start off with that. Deep super flex leagues. Drake May and Spencer Rattler, I'd say, would be the two to target. Rattler, they're saying, has a chance to start for my Saints. And if it's him or Jake Hayner, I think Rattler's the one with the most fantasy upside. Jake Hayner is seems like a very dink and dunk kind of. He's like another Bo Nix type, to where I definitely wouldn't trust Jake Hayner, but a guy like Rattler, and then Drake May's got a big arm. Those big arm guys, athletic. They got fantasy upside, so they're both worth a look this week, I'd say. Let's see here. I'll pull up the schedule for y'all here. Yeah, Daniel Jones going against the Bengals. That's a good one. Oh, Padres just won 6-5 over the Dodgers. Man, the Dodgers suck in the playoffs. Padres now lead 2-1. Shout out to Kidda. But excuse me. Yeah, the Daniel Jones against the Bengals seems like a pretty good streamer. Justin Herbert. Oh, thank you, Lee. He just texted it to me. Thank you, sir. All right. So, yeah, Justin Herbert at Denver. I don't know if I'd want to mess with that, being that Denver's had a good defense, plus Herbert dealing with the ankle. So, and then Andy Dalton could be worth a look, home against Atlanta. But I would say Daniel Jones definitely the one to target this week on the wire there. So, yeah, not a whole lot to like, though. But, yeah, Daniel Jones in single QB is probably the move for those looking for a QB. And hey, Jared Goff. I mean, these amount of people drop Jared Goff, going against Dallas this week. That could be a shootout. So old Goffle might be worth a look against Dak and company. Could be a shootout there in Jerry World. All right, running backs, y'all. The obvious ones, Tank Bigsby and Tyrone Tracy, both benefited from injury stuff. But, I mean, let's be real. Bigsby's looking legit. He's looking like he might, at the very least, make it a committee with Travis Etienne. So if you need running back help, he's worth a look. Same with Tyrone Tracy. I think he did enough to at least carve out a role in the backfield. Devin Singletary's all right, but he ain't every down workhorse. So I think Tracy's worth a look. And then Ty Chandler, they're on bye, but Aaron Jones is week to week. So Ty Chandler could be a guy there for a few weeks if the Jones injury lingers. A few other names to watch. Trey Sermon. JT might be out again. Sermon did all right filling in. Roshan, he had a couple tugs. Swift looks like the guy there, but Roshan, at the very least, looks like a good handcuff. Braylon Allen didn't do that well, but, I mean, Brees ain't done much either. Maybe the firing of Salah could get the Jets in motion. And then Antonio Gibson, Rahamador Stevenson still had a role, but, I mean, looked like Gibby did a little more in the starting role. So look out for Gibby if he's still floating. What up, Chase? Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. Receivers, Mooney Tunes, Mooney, and obvious targets. Same with Jalen Tolbert and Juju. If they are available and you need receiver help, go put, I would say, at least 15 to 20% of fab on them and just, hope you get one. I wouldn't try to get all three, but, claim them all. I wouldn't drop the same guy, and whichever one you get, you get. Some deeper ones. Josh Downs, he's definitely one if he's still there. Keon Coleman, those kind of guys aren't available in any of my leagues. But I mean, if you're in a little shallower league, go get them. For deeper leagues, though, we got Ray McLeod. I mean, he's probably the fourth option there in Atlanta, but I mean, it's a pass-heavy offense, so it could be worth a look. Alec Pierce, man, I mean, he's not a fluke. I mean, Alec Pierce, he's a deep targets kind of guy, but he's been doing a lot with him. Same with Quentin Johnston. And then for PPR, Alan Lazard could be worth a look. Aaron Rodgers, it seems to be in love with the old lizard. So, could be worth a look there if you need help at receiver in a deeper league. So, yeah. Tight ends, no real obvious ones. Tucker Kraft, if he's still floating, but I mean, he should be picked up in most leagues. But if he's still there, go get him. Taysom Hill, man, I mean, he's battling injury right now, but I mean, if he could come back, he'll probably play a huge role for the Saints these next few weeks without Derek Carr. He'll probably see some reps under center, be more of a quarterback / H-back there to where Taysom could really eat. I mean, he's tight end eligible, so yeah, I would definitely look at him and Kraft if they're available, although they're probably not available in the deeper leagues. So for those in deeper leagues, Tyler Conklin could be worth a look. Dalton Schultz, Cole Kmet, Zach Ertz, Jawan Johnson. None of those are very fancy. I wouldn't go spend really much fab on them, but I mean, if you're down bad, go ahead. I would say, Who do the Bears get this week? I think Komet might be worth a play. Yeah, Jacksonville, they're pretty bad against the tight end. I think, yeah, Komet, this could be a Komet week this week. So out of those 5 I just said, I'd probably lean Komet. And then defenses, streamer defenses, the Eagles, yeah, that's a good one against the Browns. Browns suck. Chargers and Broncos, I'd say, are both good streamers. That should be an ugly, low-scoring game. Same with Raiders and Steelers. Steelers defense picked up in most leagues, but Raiders defense could be a good streamer. I think it's going to be an ugly, low-scoring game. They had another one. Oh, yeah, the Texans. Yeah, going against the Patriots. Drake May's first game. Probably won't do a whole lot there. So, yeah, there's some streamer defenses for y'all for y'all that play team defense. So shout out to Lee. Appreciate you sending that list. And yeah, that's our waiver wire rundown. Let's move on to the Saints talk, y'all. And we're gonna have Bogey on in just a bit. Bogart Scott free to talk his shit on the In My Humble Opinion segment to cap this joint off. All right, y'all. So I don't even know what to say. Started off 2-0. And now freaking 2-3. Took a fat L to the Chiefs. I don't even remember what the freaking score was. I tried to erase it from my mind. 26-13. It didn't look as bad as it was. Like, the score does not reflect how ugly the game actually was, because Saints defense, I mean, that's like the one thing they did do pretty good. They held their own in the red zone, but as far as like in the middle of the field, they were getting torched, man. I mean, Kelsey was killing us, Juju. I mean, Mahomes was just eating us alive in the middle of the field. I mean, he was cooking, man, at over 300 yards. No touchdown, surprisingly, but I need to take a drink. Oh, man, I don't even want to think about that shit, man. Just what a disaster. I mean, even with all that, I mean, stupid Derek Carr just freaking sold us, man. He had the one deep bomb to Rashid Shaheed. I mean, yeah, that was nice, but I mean, it's one of them things like you keep playing the lottery, and I mean, yeah, you might win something every once in a while, but if you just keep throwing up these like hero balls, like and not getting consistent reps going, then you're not gonna have success. I mean, Mahomes has learned as he's gotten older. He's just learned take what the defense gives you, and I mean, maybe the defense really wasn't giving Carr much in the middle of the field, but I mean, it's just he just didn't really seem to go through his reads very well. He was panicking. I mean, on that very first interception he threw on the first drive, he threw that thing up like a dying duck. Like, I mean, what are you doing, dude? Like you falling back. It's like if you do it, like make sure you get that son of a bitch out of bounds. Like, seriously, like I don't understand that shit, man. Like, it's terrible QB play, and it's just, I mean, he shows flashes, but that's just a story of freaking Derek Carr's career, man. I mean, there's a reason why I was blasting him before the season. I tell y'all what, though, I bought in after 2 weeks after that Dallas game. I drank the Kool-Aid, and now I'm looking like an idiot. That's how this team does, man. Freaking story of being a freaking Saints fan. You know, you always get your hopes up thinking it's going to be, oh, we finally figured it out post Drew, post Peyton, but been almost freaking 5 years, still yet to figure it out. And yeah, bruh. Yeah, I got to take another drink. Just thinking about that shit, man. Ugh. Yeah, man, it's like, yeah, I know you as a Chargers fan, I know you were rooting for the Saints. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, no one wants the freaking Chiefs, so. Anyway, before I get to the panic meter, let's get these straight questions answered. JT and Zay Flowers for Kyron Williams. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. That's tempting, but I think JT and Zay together are a little too good to give up just for Kyron. Kyron's really good. He's the best player in the deal, so I could understand you wanting it, but I would hold off. Zay's looking pretty legit. If you get a second piece out of it, though, I'd for sure consider it. Which side do you like more? Lamar, Cooper, James Cook, and Travis Kelce, or Hurts, Zay, JT, and Trey McBride? All right, going to break it down one by one. Lamar versus Hurts. Probably slight edge Lamar, but they're close. Cooper versus Zay. I'd give the edge to Zay. Cook versus JT, very close. Slight edge to Cook. Kelsey McBride, slight edge to Kelsey. So, with that being said, I think I take the top part. Really, the only thing you're losing out is the Cooper versus Zay. But I think with all you're picking up enough with the other parts to where I'd probably take that one. Drop Roshan to pick up Tank Bigsby or Tyrone Tracy in half PPR. Bears by week 7. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I'd probably claim them both. The order I would claim them in. What's the deal? What's the latest on Singletary? Let me see. Did he practice today? Or they play? Okay, they play Sunday night, so they had a practice report today. Okay. Let's see. Singletary. No, they haven't updated it. I don't know. I would solidly say Tracy because I think even if Singletary comes back, Tracy should have a role. So, and then I mean the ETN, the Bigsby thing was nice, but I mean that had a lot to do with ETN being banged up. I still think ETN's a guy over there. He's more established over there. Singletary, it's his first year there. Like they're trying to do whatever works now. I mean Dable's freaking coaching for his job, so. I would say Tracy, Bigsby in that order, and yeah, I'd just claim them both because I mean Roshan, he's the clear second fiddle to DeAndre Swift. So I know. Unless you're a freaking Chiefs fan, I mean we've all been going through it. I think the Chiefs are the last undefeated left. Let me double check. Oh no, the Vikings, freaking Dennis, man, the Vikings are riding high. Shout out to the Ginger Ninja. Yep, Vikings and the Chiefs, last undefeated, and then Peacock's riding high. His Texans are 4-1. And the Commandos, man, any Commandos fans out there stand up. They're 4-1. Yeah, we'll see. I kind of think they go with Hayner. But if they go at Rattler, we shall see how it goes. Burrow's my starter. Should I drop AR to pick up good waivers? Yeah, and a single QB, yeah, AR. No one's going to be rushing to get AR. I would do that. Let's see. Who should I prioritize? Tank, Cousins, Dowdle, Spears, Dobbs, and Hopkins. I would say Dowdle or Tank. Yeah, I'd say Tank for sure would be my first priority there all in one show because Nico Collins dealing with a hamstring injury. He's week to week to where he'll most certainly miss this week. So Tank, I think, is going to do well here in the immediate future. So give me Tank number 1, Dowdle number 2, probably Spears 3, Dobbs 4, Hopkins 5, Cousins 6. So I wouldn't claim all 6. I'd probably just claim Tank, Dowdle, Spears, and maybe Dobbs. I wouldn't mess with Hopkins or Cousins. I mean, since you got Burrow, so yeah, I would cut the cord with AR-15. It's just, I mean, he ain't what we thought he'd be. I mean, hell, I mean, I didn't like him this year, but even I thought he'd be better than this, man. And he's already hurt. Flacco looking like might steal his job, although they came out and said that when he's healthy, it's his job, AR that is. So I don't know. He might get going in the second half, but in a single QB, he ain't worth holding, I don't think. So yep, that's that. But anyway. Oh, and Bigsby. You meant Tank Bigsby, not Tank Dell. Okay. Well, with that being said, then I'd make Dowdle your first priority. I'd probably didn't order it, then Dowdle. I'd probably still put Tank Bigsby second. I'd probably say Dowdle, Tank Bigsby, Spears, Dobbs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd put Dowdle over Tank Bigsby. All right, cool. Cleared that up. Appreciate you all in one show. So, but yeah, I mean, I honestly, though, to get back to the Saints topic, I mean, yeah, I hate to say it, but I think it's time to panic. I mean, I really do. I mean, I think this season is really going off the rails, and I don't want to say it's over, but I tell you what, if you lose to the Bucks, lose 4 in a row, if you lose 4 more in a row in the NFL, you're basically cooked. So if we lose Sunday, I'm gonna basically pack my bags and go home and just hope we lose everything else and then get first pick next year. Maybe get Shador Sanders and maybe he could turn the ship around. I mean, it's crazy how the NFL is. It's like 1 week you're thinking you got a chance at the Super Bowl potentially, and then a few weeks later you're thinking, well, I guess we might as well just tank for number 1 pick of the draft. So Yeah, I mean, this season's looking lost, but it's not over yet. If we can beat the Bucks Sunday, and by the way, I meant to say this earlier in the show. I was all scrambled, but by the way, prayers up, good vibes up. However y'all do it, I'm more of a meditator than a prayer. Not to get religious on y'all, but I mean, just saying, whatever you do, even if you're not spiritual, just have them in your thoughts, man. Just the people in Tampa, man, and that part of Florida, they're about to get hit by a freaking record storm. Looks really bad. So prayers up, good vibes sent their way, thoughts, all that. Please keep them in your thoughts, because that is no one wants to go through that. I mean, being from Louisiana, I know what it's like. It is not fun to deal with a hurricane, especially one of that magnitude. So yeah, just thought that being that we're playing Tampa this week. Luckily, it's here in the Dome, so I don't have to worry about rescheduling it or nothing. But if they beat our ass Sunday, though, I mean, we're cooked. I mean, I think we're cooked. And then we see Bogey back there. About to bring Bogey on in just a sec. Going to address this Derek Carr stuff. Should it be Jake Haener or Spencer Rattler? Because Derek Carr has an oblique injury and is set to miss multiple weeks. So we'll get a chance to see potential future of the franchise. And I mean, honestly, if Haener has been beating out Rattler in practice, then to me, you should go with Haener. I mean, I think they should give Haener the chance. And I mean, if he sucks really bad in the first half, then switch to Rattler. But I mean, I would start Haener, though. I'd start it out with him if he's been the guy that's been handling better, being the less turnover prone guy and stuff. I think you should play it smart and go with him. And hopefully the run game does well. Maybe get Kendre Miller back. Might be able to inject some life in the run game. Taysom Hill, hopefully he'll be back. And an offensive line, hopefully be a little healthier. And you can have better health up front. I mean, I think the kid Jake Haener could be pretty good as a little game manager. Where with Rattler, he's going to want to push the ball down the field more. But I mean, we play a defense first, run the ball first kind of deal, to where I think that might be a little more suited for Haener. But for fantasy, obviously we all want Rattler. But I don't know. I'm thinking it might be Haener, but let's see what Bogey thinks, y'all. He's chilling back here. Let's bring him out. Bogart Scott for Rio.
Yes, it is I. I just came back from surgery. I was working on Derek Carr.
Yeah, you are a doctor.
Yeah, I had to repair Derek Carr's feelings.
What? He didn't even have the damn oblique. He's just shook to where it's like we're gonna have to sit him down a few weeks.
Sorry, man.
He's crying.
And one of my bigger money, that's decent money. $200 is a good amount of money. 14-team super flex. I only got 2 QBs. One of them happens to be old Derek Carr. So it's not the greatest feeling. You know what I mean?
I feel you. It's rough. But, I don't have any car shares, luckily. So
this is exactly how it was too, because I knew normally I wait on QB in that league because it's not a QB premium. So I get Baker just like I planned. We know it later on in the rounds, and I'm like, yeah. Then I'm seeing all these other motherfuckers fly, and I'm like, all right. I tell Steamboat because he's next to the board. I'm like, fuck it, Derek Carr. You know what I mean? It was like one of those ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of like he was there.
Shout out to Derek. He was there. Derek from Philly. You know what I'm saying? He was there.
Yeah, salute.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure he was like, what the fuck is Bogey doing? It's fucking Derek Carr. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like with Baker. You just like, oh, Baker, oh, Darnold, but they've been freaking handling.
Yeah, and like like when it comes to Derek Carr, it started off hot, some crazy efficiency that probably wasn't going to be easy to replicate or even and it just definitely sucks too when like Derek Carr has these glaring like blemishes, like for example, when you guys were going into KC last night, I'm just fully aware of like the 3-14 of record against the Chiefs in his career, and like I think he has 0 wins in that building or something like that. Like I think that was the first time he's thrown more than 1 touchdown pass in that building. You know what I mean? And like I guess it was good weather out there last night, decent, because he was another one of those guys, like you get him in the cold weather, it's just all bad.
Right, yeah, it was decent weather. I mean, he was pushing it down the field. He just wasn't very accurate, and he made some dumbass decisions, wasn't going through his reads good. O-line was in shambles, so I mean, he was under pressure a lot.
I think he got the oblique stretch in the field.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, he got it. He pulled
He's
it.
throwing all his might into it.
Yeah, he's like, ah, he got him.
Oh, my feelings. My feelings are hurt.
Yeah, actually, I gotta say, he was pretty calm in his presser last night. He didn't seem too shook. I think probably because
Did he
reality
read it
hit
in
him in the
script?
face. He was probably like, oh,
Did he
fuck
read
him.
it in the script?
I'm probably about to
Like,
miss some time here, you know? So it's
it's
like,
and
yeah.
I'm with you. I think it would be Rattler, but you made a good point. If Bruh kept beating out Rattler,
That's what I think it's going to be bruh, Hayner.
yeah, if it's Bruh Hayner, Godspeed. But I think if they see one game of Bruh, they're gonna be like, all right, let's see what Rattler got. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
especially if we take the L, we're 2-4. At that point, it'll be like, well, we got nothing to lose. Fuck it. We might as well see what the Rooks got.
yeah, and I'm you know what's fucked up too is like my Niners are getting into that purgatory as well. I'll save it for in my humble opinion though.
For sure. Yeah, let's get to Jelly's question here. Hold Wicks, have Reed too, or drop him for Tolbert or Juju. Kendre Miller getting out of the coach. We'll get to the Kendre Miller thing
Does he have any
second,
other?
but
Does he
let's
have
get to
any
this
other?
receiver thing first.
Yeah, any other things to drop? Because I still kind
He
of want to
said
hold
no because he said this is his WR5.
Okay,
So I don't think he really has anything else to drop. So
I mean, here's the thing.
I'd probably just hold
15,
Wicks.
He had 15 pass attempts, and Wicks didn't. And Wicks did get he did lead that team in targets. For what it's worth.
It was just kind of a weird game. I'd hold Wicks here because Tolbert,
I want Juju though. I'll
him.
rather have Juju over Wicks because here's what I'm gonna get to. Wicks the other day got super peppered. He happened to be the guy getting open.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, he got a little bit. He learned from Aaron Rodgers that you don't have to force it to the guy. If you just see a guy that's open, you go to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of what he does. Wicks also it just leads that team. And I think he leads the league in drops right now. As far as
he does. Damn.
I forget what it was, but he definitely leads that team in drops for sure. And Wicks kind of has like a dropping issue, but like, I mean, I never get scared of drops because drops means you're getting targets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of don't want to get off Wicks like that. But to get Juju, where the concentrated market share of targets is to like Kelsey, and then now Juju, who is picking up the Rice role because this was Juju before they had Rice. He was playing that slot, and then they drafted Rice and moved on from Juju that year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I would much rather have Juju. Obviously, you can't use him, but I also would want to pick the drop in the Wicks thing. If he's your WR5, he's probably not getting in there. If I had to choose, say I had Juju and Wicks, I'm playing Juju over Wicks. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, that's fair. I could see that. So yeah, I would, if you're gonna do it, I would prioritize Juju over Tolbert. And then to get to the Kendre Miller thing, yeah, I do. I think he does get out of the coach doghouse because we ain't got really any other options. Jamal Williams ain't handling. Oh yeah, he's been in the doghouse. Dennis Allen is not a fan.
No, did he get a setback? Because I know he came off the.
No, they've been bringing him along slowly.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, AK, he looked good. Just the opportunities weren't there last night, right? But AK's been phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think Kendre is definitely better, just talent wise at this point than Jamal. But I think why Jamal doesn't go away is because Kendre, one, he can't stay healthy, and then two, Jamal's just probably he's just a smarter football player right now. Like I don't think they'll trust
probably better in pass
situations or what I mean?
Well, we got AK for that, so I mean,
I'm just saying
he's not taking AK's job, but I mean, I think he could take Jamali Moles. Spencer Rattler will start accordingly. I don't know about that, brother. Rattler had a great preseason. I don't know about that either, and this could be a situation.
Well, here's the thing with Lee. Lee's gonna find all the info that he can because he might find another one in like 10 minutes that says they're not sure who it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
I know he's just seeing what he sees. I'm kind of just messing with him, but I'm just I'm just saying though, just from a realist standpoint, like, I mean, Rattler's preseason, I mean, it was good. I'll give him that, but it wasn't great in my humble opinion. Let's just get to that segment here.
Here we go.
All right, here's my first humble opinion. And I'm gonna just address this Salah Jet stuff. And in my humble opinion, man, they made the wrong call. If you're gonna have a scapegoat, what's the thing that's been fucking you up the most for the past 2 years? Probably more than that.
Nathaniel Hackett.
The past 2 years. Nathaniel motherfucking Hackett, bro. That dude does not know what the fuck he's doing. I don't care if he's Aaron Rodgers' boy. I mean, you're the freaking organization. You need to tell Aaron Rodgers, look, bro, this guy don't know what he's doing. Fuck that if he's your guy. We're firing this motherfucker because he is killing us. So, to me, they should have had the nuts to fire him instead of Salah, but they're too scared of Rodgers. So Rodgers is basically the fucking owner, GM, and coach of the New York Jets now that they got rid of Robert Saleh. And
too bad he can't throw the ball and catch it on the
I
other
was about to say, unlike LeBron James, he's no longer in like a top player at the position. I mean, he's not a bad QB at this point, but he's not an elite QB anymore. So they're giving, to me, in my humble opinion, they're giving Aaron Rodgers way too much power. And to me, they should have fired Hackett's ass and not Robert Saleh, bro. Because Saleh's side of the ball is handling, bro. That defense was hitting, bro.
Okay, in your humble opinion, does this make Devontae look at that motherfucker like, okay, now I want to really go to the Jets? Like, I don't know if that helps, in my humble opinion.
I don't think it does. To me, that just tells me it's an organization in turmoil, just like the one he's currently on. Other than you get to play with Aaron Rodgers, why else would you go there? There's no other reason.
Are they just like it's funny because it's like, what if like the Raiders are like, because the Raiders are a dumb organization where they're like, you know what, let's flip the script and let's trade for Rodgers.
Yeah, I saw Lee put that earlier. I mean,
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. That's just, there's no way in hell that happens. That's just like, that'd be insane. I mean, the thing is, though, like this offseason, like if Rodgers, I feel like Rodgers might want to do like a last dance with Adams or something, where maybe they end up, I don't know where, somewhere together potentially. But I don't know. I kind of think if this season goes south, I think Rodgers might. I have a feeling Rodgers.
I hope
Rodgers is cooked. I think Rodgers is cooked. I think he's retiring after this year.
In my humble opinion, I'm not going to argue that because history tends to repeat itself. So I feel like if the history repeats itself, we'll see Adams and Rodgers again, and it will be with the Jets because this might be their last fucking hurrah. There's everyone there. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna take a legit shot at Adams. Yeah, they're gonna try to make this thing happen. And
I think so. Yeah, they should. They're not afraid to make major moves, big swings. I still think they get him. Because they're going to want to block him from going to the Bills. Because, I mean, shit, if the Bills get Adams, that's game over. That division's wrapped up, signed, sealed, delivered. And the only hope they have is if they can get Adams. Like, they're going to have to outbid Buffalo. Because, you already know Buffalo's trying to get him because that's their biggest weakness right now.
Yeah, Buffalo's like, fuck it, we're going to go ahead and give up the 2. Y'all wanted the second round? You know what I mean?
Right.
And another thing, in my humble opinion, is like I said, I think history repeats itself. They get Adams, they maybe finish the year with like 7 wins total, and then there's like all this hope, and they're like, oh shit, we might got something next year, and then Rodgers retires and dicks Adam again.
Yep, and to me, I noticed Schultz reporting. I don't know. I guess he's a decent source, but to me, that's bullshit. I do not believe that Rodgers was blindsided by that news. I really don't believe that.
I didn't buy that.
I don't believe that. I think that's horseshit. He probably got his publicist to tell this source that to try to not make him look as bad. But I guarantee you, in my humble opinion, that he was behind that firing. I don't think
I don't think he even said anything on Mac. Did he say? Oh no, he's going on McAfee tomorrow.
Yeah, wait, today was Tuesday.
He put that out there.
He goes on Wednesdays now?
No, it's still Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays, but it's just because they came back from Europe, I think.
Oh, okay. He's going on them. Oh, well, I have to watch McAfee tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just about to say that because I've been missing Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays all year. Just
I
McAfee
didn't
in
know they had
general.
brought it back. I thought he had gone on just for like
I
1
don't
week. I
know.
didn't realize I don't think he's back on every week.
I don't know because we do our Tuesday morning show, so you
Oh,
know what I
okay,
mean.
okay. Yeah, I don't watch McAfee
Yeah,
much
and
anymore.
I
Ever
just
since he's
yeah,
gone to
I haven't watched
ESPN,
McAfee all year.
I've just been I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's still good, but it's like, I don't know. It doesn't feel the same now that he's on ESPN. It feels like he kind of sold out, but I
I
don't know.
mean, I think that
In
was the
my
plan.
humble opinion, but we got a question here from Victor. What up, Victor? He
What up,
said,
Victor?
I got London, but Darnell Mooney is on the waivers, but so is Juju. Who do I grab?
I probably grab Mooney to be honest with you
Mooney
because
too. Yeah.
I practice what I call the same gang strategy. When you got two hitters from the same gang, I don't mind starting both of them. I'll play London and Mooney because they're throwing
Yeah.
look at how much they're throwing it that it's hurting Bijan. You know what I mean? Because they barely even running that thing, and they got a three. They go three wides a lot, and now Pitts is starting to come on. So it's definitely opening it up. With Pitts coming in there, it's definitely going to open it up down the field more because now you can't just take over the middle of the field while you're dropping everybody to stop both Mooney and London. You know what I mean? And London's the one that gets a lot of that single coverage, and Cousins will find that motherfucker. He's been doing it all year. I think that's he's the most targeted on that team, if I remember correctly, going after the first 5 weeks. So I would prioritize Mooney. And then obviously Juju right after because that's a great consolation prize. I'm of the mindset that the Chiefs, they go ahead and not bring over a Hopkins, or obviously they can't get the Raiders to give them Adams. I don't think they're doing any of it, bro. I think they're just going to rock with what they got.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because they don't really got the space for a big name or anything. So yeah, and they'll probably get Hollywood Brown back for the playoffs. So
yeah, and then just judging by the division they're in, they're gonna be in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
They're gonna win that division.
All right,
they might be the number one team for real when it's all said and done. Because I mean, shit, their schedule ain't like they're probably gonna walk through my Niners after. Of course, they get my Niners after their bye week when Andy Reid is never lost a game after a bye week.
Damn, that sucks.
I know, right? And like that's why
NFL,
I said this game
they
is
set
really
it
important.
up to where the Chiefs, they always get the breaks.
Yeah, we got a goddamn we got the okay. In my humble opinion, we got the Seahawks this week, and if we lose to them, it's over for this year.
That's same for me. Yeah, if we lose to the Bucks, it's over.
Because that'll be the third division team we've lost to now for us.
Yep, y'all gotta win. Yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday, bro. Y'all got a handle there. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go in that motherfucker and handle. And in my humble opinion, I want to smack DK, but I do like what he's saying because I have all the DK shares in the fucking world. But he came out and said, "Man, these Niners, they really ain't looking like shit." He's like, "This is the least worried I've ever been preparing for a Niners game." Shit. He said, "I think I'm gonna have a career game." What?
God damn.
Okay.
Talk about putting a fucking target on your back.
A little too much cheese on the nachos. You know what I mean? He's putting a little 10 on the two, but you know.
If they lose, bro, they can all be blasting him, bro, on everything.
I mean, that's the thing too. Is to further my humble opinion. I think when you look a couple weeks ago at the Brock against the Rams, he didn't have no Debo, no Kittle. You know what I'm saying? And he threw for 300. Granted, it's a defense that gives up yards like that. The Rams have been ass against the pass, but I'm saying we have a championship caliber. We have a championship caliber offense, and we can operate as such even without the star personnel. I just want to point that out. But when you look at our defense and special teams, it is not championship caliber.
Yeah,
and in my humble opinion, this is a crossroads on a short week going into Seattle. Fuck the Hawks, pause, and fuck the goddamn 12s. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we all agree on that. Fuck 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. In my humble opinion, it's not looking too great for my Niners. So that's why I'm proudly rocking my gang colors. We ain't scared.
Are you though? He sounded scared.
We ain't scared.
There you go. Bounce back.
Bounce
back. All right. Let's get these last few trade questions on, and then I'll give my final humble opinion before we put a bow on this Guru Nation Power Hour, powered by Peacock, neonpeacockmerch.com. Trade, this is from Chandler. What up, Chandler? Trade Stroud and Rachaad White for Bijan. Would you drop Brooks for Singletary? PPR, 6-point passing. I also have Purdy.
Maybe try to throw Purdy in there.
Yeah, I'd do Purdy instead of Stroud. If you could do Purdy and Rachaad,
and you know what's kind of crazy,
that'd be a hell of a deal. And then no, I wouldn't drop Brooks for Singletary because I think Tracy might steal Singletary's job, and Brooks I still think could steal Chuba's job.
The one thing I don't like is that, like, Brian Daboll, he loves the fuck out of Singletary. He was there with the Bills when they drafted him. He was he tried to bring him over to play a backup role behind Saquon last year. He was like, fuck that, I'm going to the Texans. Then he brought him over this year because there's no Saquon. But they did draft this Tyrone Tracy kid, and he showed out. And it wasn't even involved in the passing game because he's a receiver converted to running back, bro. Like, this fool actually, he got pass catching paralysis. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even when Singletary comes back, I still like the load to be, like, you know, split for real. So I can care less for Singletary. I'd rather have Tracy at this point. But
100%.
But what was the original part of the question?
Oh yeah, we had touched on it. It was
cool.
I would rather trade Purdy and Rachaad instead of Stroud.
Oh yeah, I do want to add this. It is kind of crazy that Purdy's been kind of running around too. So he's adding these little greasy yards on the ground. And
yeah, that's true. Honestly, like, if they're headstrong on wanting Stroud from you, I think Purdy's a QB1. I think that's a good deal for Bijan. I would counter with Purdy, and if they don't bite, then I'd be all right, fine, I'll do Stroud.
Yeah, it's a single QB, so I'm not, you know what I mean? And then you have Purdy, which is a guy who I think, like, you know, at minimum is top 12. You know what I mean? So
exactly. So yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
and I feel like the only thing that we got to worry about Bijan is just that they're passing more over there than they versus the run ratio. So if we can get him more involved in the passing game, because, you know, it does suck when you look at the total touches of Tyler Algier Alabubu versus Bijan. It's not too far off. You know what I mean?
I know. We're hoping it would be, but
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I still think Bijan's a good buy low. But here we go. We got one more from Nino Pena.
What's up, Nino?
He said, think this is giving up too much value. Trade away Debo, B-Rob, I'm guessing that's Brian Robinson, and Worthy for Jamar Chase and Spears. Looking to get a three-headed monster at receiver with Jettas, Nico, and Jamar.
I think that's not too much. I just don't really like the Spears part, but man, to get Jamar Chase, then I'm like, yeah.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's such a big upgrade. It's like, but yeah, B-Rob the Spears. That's, if you got the running back depth, then yeah, I'd do it. If you've got enough running back depth, I'd take it. But if you're kind of shaky at RB, then
I might even do that trade, and then, like, go try to get the Tyrone Tracy's and the Bigsby's and the perhaps the Ty
that's true. They've got guys on the wire.
With this, like, as soon as we get off here, I gotta go and finish some of my waivers because this is a big waiver wire week. There's a lot of players out there and people in need, you know, with bye weeks and such.
Yep, you're right. So here's my last humble opinion before we close it out. It's to get back on the Rodgers Adams trains, and that's the hot topic. And to me, in my humble opinion, man, they should have never left Green Bay, bro. All this shit. Seriously, because all this shit they're in now with the Raiders, the Jets, these shitty, stupid organizations, and then going to the AFC, bro. You got Patrick Mahomes, you got Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson.
I mean, even Tom Brady was like, screw this, I'm going to the NFC.
That's what I'm saying. And he won the freaking Super Bowl.
You tend to look at Breeze like, fuck, I'm going to jump right in bed with Breeze. Pause.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Well, because Breeze was getting old and Rodgers was getting old. So he was like, fuck it. I can go toe-to-toe. I'm old too. Like, but it's like, Rodgers, bro, you're not going toe-to-toe.
He knocked both of those fools out on the way to that Super Bowl with the Bucks.
No, yeah, he really did. It was fucked up.
He's like, I'm the best old guy.
I know, right? But yeah, it's just like, Tito and Derek agree. Yeah, it's just like, but that's the thing to finish my point here. It's just like, that's an organization. I mean, Green Bay, that's one of the best organizations in the NFL because they've now handled not one but two legendary quarterbacks leaving, and now look like to be on their way to having a potential third legendary quarterback. I mean, they'd be the first organization ever to have that happen. Like 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks all back to back to back. Not saying Jordan Love's a Hall of Famer just yet, but if he ends up being that, I think that'd be the first time in history that happened. Like, so to me,
he gets
Rodgers.
them a Super Bowl somehow.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, the story's still being written, but it's just my point though is that that's a hell of an organization.
Have you
man.
seen the script?
And Aaron Rodgers and Devontae. Well, yeah, the script. That's the thing. The script always favors the Packers, man. They won the first 2 Super Bowls in NFL history.
They call it the Lombardi.
Exactly. They're one of the NFL's darling franchises. So by leaving and being a diva toward that organization, that's bad NFL karma, man. And so it doesn't surprise me that both of them, they had to, were in with a great organization, but they were selfish and left because they was more about me than we, and as a result, now they're suffering. So there you go. Y'all probably think, oh, you're just jerking off the Packers right now, pause. But I'm just like, I gotta admit, when an organization handles business, and I mean, they fucking handle business, and if you try to act like you're bigger than them, then they're gonna show you. And right now, they're showing Rodgers and Devontae that we can still win without y'all. We don't need y'all. Y'all are nice to have. Y'all are good players for us, but we don't need y'all. We can win with through the draft. We can win with our organizational depth.
They home grow it. They home grow everything. You know what I mean? That's
exactly
kind of
same with Pittsburgh.
Their rap sheet.
Yep.
I got one more. In my humble opinion, this is one of the bloodiest wars I've ever been a part of. And it's not over. We lost a lot of good men out there.
Yeah, we can't. Freaking Nico now. What the hell?
It's a war, man. It's a bloody war.
Oh, it sucks, man. Why can't we turn off injuries, man, like in Madden?
I mean, see, I would always play with injuries. When I go bowling, no bumpers. See that?
I feel that. I fuck bumper.
When I go into surgery, I'm wasted. They don't even question it. I'm one of the best damn doctors out here. It's a bloody war. We'll see y'all on the battlefield.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I think that's a good time to put a bow on this thing. So keep on fighting this battle. Go check y'all waivers if y'all haven't already. Go peep this replay at the waiver segment if y'all missed it. So yeah, we killed it tonight, man. So yeah, let's close it out. Any last words, Bogey, before we dip?
Well, speaking of killed, hope the Saints and the Niners aren't. We'll leave it at that one.
Yeah, that's not talking more about that. So let's we'll put a ball in this thing, and we'll see y'all most likely next Monday. This is my Saints aren't playing on Monday, so we should be back next Monday for a brand new Power Hour. And we've got, in the meantime, H-Town Huddle tomorrow evening, followed by the Thursday night watch party, and then the Friday morning wake your game up. So we got a lot on the horizon. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Peace out, everyone.